I just got back from my new job. I just got back home from working. Today was the first day of a new job, my new job. I'm working in the scullery in a university cafeteria. A cafeteria is where students or other people at a university go to eat. It's like a very big restaurant, but instead of sitting at your table and waiting to be served, waiting for a waiter to come and ask what you want, and then they bring you what you've ordered, you wait in lines. There's lots of different places with the different options, with the different foods that are available on that day. You go to the serving area. There's a word for it. I can't remember it. I think it's French. You go to the little table with containers, each container with a different type of food. There's normally a person behind on the other side of this little table, and you tell them, I want that, and they serve it for you on a plate, and you take the plate with you further in the line. Or at some of these places you serve yourself, like at the salad bar. There's lots of different cut up vegetables, and you serve yourself. You put the vegetables that you want into a bowl. And then you go to the checkout, the register, where there's someone like at any other shop with a cash register or something like that, where they check everything that you've selected, all the foods that you've taken. They check it all, add up the prices for everything, and then you pay that price. And there's another area with lots of tables and chairs where you can go and sit and eat what you've taken, eat what you've selected. So that's a cafeteria, and that's where I'm working. I'm working in the scullery. I'm not working at the checkout, adding up the prices of the meals that people have chosen. I'm not in the kitchen. I'm not cooking the food. I'm working in the scullery, which means basically I'm cleaning the dishes or things related to that. Actually, most of the work is done by machines. So there's machines that are moving, transporting the dishes about, that are bringing, it's kind of like a factory. There's conveyor belts. A belt, people wear belts to keep their pants up. You have a shirt, pants, and you wear a belt around the pants to keep them tight, to tighten the pants so that they don't fall down. A conveyor belt is a belt that you put things on and it moves those things along. Checkouts at shops often have conveyor belts. In the scullery, there's conveyor belts moving the things around, moving the dirty dishes to where they need to be cleaned, then moving the clean ones to people like me who are then putting them away, packing them, ready to be used again. I can't say much about the job, about the work that you do there, because today I only did one thing, but there's lots of different things that you change between. One day you're doing this, another day you're doing one of the other things that has to be done in the scullery, or at least that's what I was told. So my job today for 3 hours was to take the cutlery, the spoons, forks, and knives and put them in containers ready to be used. In the cafeteria, after you've taken your food and you've gone to the checkout to pay for it, there's lots of little containers, metal containers, with spoons, knives, forks, small spoons, teaspoons, and they're all kept separate. They're not mixed. In a container there's spoons, in another container there are forks, and so on. That's the cutlery, the things that you eat with. Cutlery, spoons, knives, and forks. The cutlery had already been cleaned. My job was to take the clean cutlery, which was all mixed together. All the different types were mixed together. The knives, forks, and spoons were mixed together. And they came out of a machine on a conveyor belt that dumped the cutlery into baskets, into bigger plastic containers. And then I took those containers and emptied them out onto a little bench, the bench where I worked at. So I had a pile of mixed cutlery and 4 little containers, one for spoons, one for big spoons, one for knives, one for forks, and one for small spoons. And I had to separate this pile of mixed cutlery into separate containers, so they were kept apart. So that's what I did for nearly 3 hours today. It was okay. It wasn't so bad. Actually, I wanted to make this video about the work itself, that action of taking things from this pile, taking one type and putting it into the container with the same type. Because basically for 3 hours you're repeating that same thing again and again and again with a few other little tasks occasionally mixed in. So it's very repetitive work, very tedious work, where your mind isn't very involved. You're just repeating the same physical actions, the same movements. But I think I'll leave that to another video where I'll talk about what's going on in your mind while you're working, while I was working, what was going on in my mind. And I think that's it for this video. And I'll make, like I said, 1 or 2 more videos about my new job. All right. See ya.